Here at Urban Plains, we like us some grilled cheeses. But sometimes, like when you're quarantined, just grilled cheese isn't good enough. To fix this, we went on a journey.
I've had some good grilled cheese in my day. It is a great grilled cheese. Ale Asylum really knocked it out of the park with this one.
A journey to find out exactly what the perfect grilled cheese is made of. The cheese, the bread, the condiments, the whole works. Naturally, if you're looking for the best cheeses in America, Wisconsin is a place to go. You need to visit the land of the cheeseheads. When making a grilled cheese, choosing your cheeses is an important part of the process. You want a cheese that will melt nicely, but not get too runny. You wouldn't want a grilled cheese with feta or ricotta or Limburger, much less something like cream or cottage. Similarly, it's important to keep in mind the variety of flavored cheeses available as well, everything from dill to scorpion peppers. To learn more about these flavors and variations of cheese, we spoke with Ken Hyman, a co-owner of Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Wisconsin.
People of the younger generation like yourselves, they tend to be more on the spicy side. The younger generation now wants more of that flavor, zing to it, the other condiments put into the cheese. The important part that they should always remember, though, when you eat that, you should always get the cheese flavor first, and then the flavoring of whatever your condiment is that you have in it should come in next. If you're just getting the flavor of the condiment, then you're losing the whole taste profile of having it into the cheese.
We had the opportunity to follow the cheese-making process in Nasonville Dairy from their vats to their pallets, but we wanted to take it further than that.
What's the ideal grilled cheese for you guys?
Oh, my mom, you tell them, Boo.
I make it different every time, so I don't have a recipe.
To take cheese back to its roots, we needed to talk to the people that start the process. And as it turns out, this brought me back to my roots as well.
Lance Jablonski, the son of Donald and Joanne.
I'm Donald Jablonski, Sr.
I'm Joanne Jablonski. We all live in the same house, yeah.
All right, and you would be my great aunts,
Yes.
my great uncle, and my second cousin.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know how that works.
The Jablonskis owned a dairy in Unity, Wisconsin from 1971 to 1998. If anyone would know their way around cheese, it would be the former dairy farmers who lived in Colby, Wisconsin. Yes, that Colby. There are two grades to the milk produced by dairies, A and B. Grade A, or fluid grade milk, is the kind that will end up in bottles being sold as just milk. Grade B, on the other hand, is the kind used to make butter, evaporated milk, and, of course, cheese. The Jablonskis specialized in grade B milk.
No, we never shipped to a creamery or butter plant. We always shipped to cheese plants. So they took care of all that.
All of the Jablonski dairy milk went to various cheese factories around central Wisconsin, mostly to Welcome Dairy. And this isn't unique to Wisconsin dairies. As a matter of fact, around 90% of all milk produced in America's Dairyland goes to the production of cheese. And as it turns out, the cheese-making process results in the creation of far more products than just cheese. It takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. Coagulants are added to the milk, and it's agitated until the curds are separated. After this, the curds are extracted, leaving cream and whey behind. The cream is then used to make butter, and the whey protein is extracted to make protein powder. All that's left is called cow water.
And so after we've taken the cream out, then we'll run it through an ultrafiltration system. That'll take what's called the whey protein concentrate out, and so that'll get dried down. We'll sell that in a liquid form. It'll get dried down into a powdered form at another facility. Then what's left, we take the permeate out through a reverse osmosis system. Using a series of membranes and different pressure, it separates that lactose molecule out of the whey, or out of the water that's left over. So when we have left over, it's called cow water, which just is a shortened version or condensate of whey.
As a whole, the process is very efficient and low on waste.
Gotten to the point of where we're doing really well, and they're actually working right now. Some of the companies are working on some reactors of using that lactose to actually make a methane gas out of it. And at that point, when that becomes, it's not feasible yet, they're still in the infancy of that, but when that becomes developed, you'll see the dairy industry will be a negative carbon footprint because you'll be able to create more energy than what you use to manufacture your product.
Just one dairy can use thousands of gallons of milk per day, And with this huge demand for the milk, how do the dairy farmers keep up?
Well, when we started, if you had a 40-cow dairy herd, you could make a living at it. Now you need at least 300 cows. All the small dairy farmers are gone.
When the Jablonikis eventually sold their farm, it was to a more industrialized dairy. This is where they see the future of the dairy industry headed.
It's going to get bigger, more factory type.
It's going to be industrial.
It'll be strictly like they have in California, where you have a small farm out there, maybe 600 cows, but they milk them around the clock. They're milking 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's what's going to come to here, because some of them are already starting to milk 3 times a day.
The smallest dairy left in the area? 300 cows. And running a dairy is incredibly hard work.
Everybody helps. When you farm, nobody stays.
Nobody's sitting in the house doing watching TV. Everybody's working.
It's full family business, huh?
Yes.
But the main takeaway is, of course, the cheese. Places like Nasonville provide cheese to frozen pizza factories in 40-pound blocks like these. But more importantly, they provide cheese to me. I'll be using this pure Wisconsin cheese to make the ultimate grilled cheese sandwich. However, before we can do that, I think we need to take a look at the other half of a grilled cheese, the bread.